these are our 6.5 notes. And first we're going to compare different ways that we can make proportions out of similar triangles. So the first thing we're going to look at is altitude, which is another word for kind of like height or how tall they are. Remember we talked about altitude of airplanes flying. So if I look here at BD on this first triangle, the corresponding part on this second triangle would be FH. And that's going to be proportional to, let's talk about BA on the first triangle. It'll be proportional to FE on the second triangle. So if I were to cross multiply these, they would be equal to each other. The same rules apply when I have angle bisectors. That's when we're cutting an angle in half. Angle in half. So if I wanted to look at QS on the first triangle, its corresponding part would be UW on the second triangle. And then I could compare it to QP on the first triangle. And UT would be the corresponding part on the second. Medians are when the line is cut in half. Like right here, we cut that line in half. So on my first triangle, I can compare HJ to LN, and that's going to be equal to, we will say GH and KL. So let's do some practice problems. All right, so sometimes we have to look at our directions up at the very top. ST will be congruent to DE. Okay, so I'm going to go with 16 over 20. Now I need to get this one with the X in it, and that's the one that runs through the middle. So I'll use 15 here. Cross multiply. 20x is equal to 240. Divide by 20. X is 12. Let's look at this other one. IH is the line with the X, so I'm going to put that one first. HIIH. It'll be corresponding with LK, so it'd be that 14. And then I'm going to use the middle, 10 over 8. 8x equals 140. X equals 17.5. All right. This one, I got some numbers on the middle, so I'm going to go 32 over 24. And then AC is 38. So it should match up with EF, which is the X. I get 32x equals 912. And then that X will be equal to 28.5. All right, last one like this. I'm going to start using that altitude of a 12 over the altitude of a 15. And then I'm going to say the X over the 42. 15x equals 504, which means X will equal 33.6. Let's turn the page and we're going to look within just one triangle to find proportional parts. So we're going to look at one triangle. If I have an angle bisector, which is what I got right there, it means that it's going to separate the opposite sides and the opposite segments into proportional lengths. So that means that AB its opposite side is BC, and that'll be a proportion with AD and DC. I could cross multiply that and they'd be equal to each other. So let's do some practice. So down here, if I've got 12, the proportional part on the other is 18. That would be equal to 4.8 over x. You could also set it up, you might want to do 12 over 4.8, whichever one makes more sense to you, 18 over x. You'll get the exact same answer. You're left with 12x equals 86.4 divided by 12. X equals 7.2. So either way you feel more comfortable setting it up, you will get the same answer. So on number 7, I'm going to go with 54 over x equals 40 over 36. Cross multiply, 40x equals 1,944. Divide by 40, x will equal 48.6. Number 8, we're going to do the same way, except the first we need to figure out how long this piece is right here. So I'm going to do 39 minus 15, and I get 24. So I know that that missing piece is 24, and I'm done with that 39. So I'm going to go with 36 over x equals 24 over 15. When I cross multiply, I get 24x equals 540. Divide by 24, x equals 22.5. All right, this is the last one on the video, and then I'll tell you what practice ones to do. So this is a little different because I still have a missing part I have to figure out before I can set up my proportion. But if the whole thing is x and the part is 12, we're missing a part. So if you remember forever ago, a whole minus a part equals a part. So that means that if the whole's x and one part's 12, the other part would be x minus 12. So that's what I'm going to use, and I'm done with that part right there, that x. So I'm going to say 12 over 18 is going to equal x minus 12 over 30. Now, when we cross multiply, I get 18 x minus 12 equals 12 times 30 is 360. Distribute the 18. 18x minus 216 equals 360. Add 216. 18x equals 576. Divide by 18, x equals 32. Whew. All right. For practice, I want you to flip to the next page. I need you to do number 1, number 2. Then I need you to flip over to the next page and do number 7, number 8, and number 12. Thank you.